Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about some new Guerlain terracotta stuff. I purchased 4 things from this summer 2019 release. I got the foundation stick, the highlighter stick, the loose powder to go, and lastly the contour and glow face palette. So we're going to be throwing all of this onto my face today. This is going to be a casual kind of first impressions video. I've just been filming a lot of reviews lately, and I just want to do something a little bit more casual and laid back and just kind of play with this new makeup. I'm also going to be out of town the next 3 weekends in a row. So I'm just trying to film a whole bunch of videos so that there's not too much downtime on my channel. So that's what we're doing today. I have my skincare on. Let's go ahead and dive into the foundation stick. I think I'll do the foundation stick, the highlighter stick, the loose powder, and then the contour and glow face palette. I will put timestamps down below if you're only interested in like one product and not all of these, so that you can kind of jump around if you want to. Let's go ahead and start with the foundation stick. So this is what the stick looks like. It has terracotta printed here, Guerlain over here, and then it has the Guerlain logo on the cap. So I have it in the shade Fair, which I think is the lightest shade, and I usually don't get the lightest. I usually get something that's like maybe the second or the third in, but my experience with the terracotta products is that they lean a little bit warm and they also lean a little bit deeper. So I thought I would try something a little bit lighter than I normally would, thinking that it'll probably work out for my skin tone. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have in here. That is a snug cap, and oh, it comes with a protective little cap, which I will probably throw away. Yeah, so this does look actually very warm. It has a very strong yellow base, and I do think this shade will work for me. It's really emollient. It is more emollient than the other 2 stick foundations that I use often, the Tom Ford and the Westman Atelier. This is much slicker and creamier. All right, I'm gonna, oh, it does have a slight terracotta fragrance. It's slight though, so it's actually really nice. It's like kind of coconutty, very, very beachy. I love this scent. I'm just gonna start with this on this cheek and just see how far we go. I'm gonna use my Sonia G Base 1 brush and blend this in. It actually has pretty decent coverage. Very, very skin-like, natural kind of finish. Interesting. I think this is a decent color match for my skin, which is great. I'm trying to see if there is SPF in here. It's not labeled with SPF, but one of the last ingredients in here is titanium dioxide. So I think the 3 stripes was good for this one cheek. I'll do this again on this side. So far, I'm really liking how this looks on the skin. You know, decent coverage, not too much. It's definitely not like a full coverage. I like that it has like a really natural kind of finish. Nothing too glowy, nothing too matte. I'm definitely surprised by this finish because if you like feel this stick foundation and how kind of slick and emollient it feels, I really thought it was gonna have a lot more radiance to it, but that is not the case. And just so you're aware, there's 0.3 ounces in here, 11 grams of product. Sweep some directly onto the brush and apply it to my eyes and around the nose. All right, so there is the foundation all over my face. Pretty decent coverage there. So far it's looking really, really nice on my skin. So far it's looking decent on my skin. I feel like it's picking up a little bit of texture that I have up here on my forehead, just a little bit, but I wonder if it's gonna get better or worse as the day goes on. So since I'm not going to be doing like a full day wear test with this foundation for the video, I will have this makeup on all day. What I'll do is pin a comment underneath this video so you guys can see how it wore. I'll try and describe it as best I can. But so far, I really like it. Nice natural finish. I still see like a few of my imperfections coming through, but for the most part, I feel like there's some decent coverage. So I'm gonna say this is like a medium coverage. It went on really nicely, blended in really easily. It's a very, very soft kind of stick formula. All right, so far so good. Let's move over to the highlighting stick. I think that there are 4 shades for the highlighter, and I just went ahead and got nude. The other ones seem to have either like a pinky kind of hint to it, or they were a little bit deep for my skin tone. So nude, I believe, is the lightest one out of the 4. It's always a little bit hard to tell online, but I think that's how it goes. So here is the highlighter stick. Looks just like the foundation. It says Terracotta here, it says Guerlain on this side, has the Guerlain logo on the cap. And let's take a look. These are very snug caps, by the way. So here is what the nude looks like. I think this is going to be great for my skin tone. Let's take a look at a swatch of this. The color looks beautiful. It has like a very kind of warm tone to it. It's peachy, a little bit gold. I'm very excited to try this out. So hopefully the formula will look nice. Feels soft too, just like the foundation. So I'm just going to go ahead and just swipe it onto my cheekbones here. Actually, this isn't swiping, is it? I'm more like dabbing. Let me dab the stick onto my face. I'm just going to take the foundation brush I used and kind of blend it in. That is really, really pretty. It feels nice. It doesn't feel tacky on the skin at all. It feels almost like it's set down to like a powder. Oh, I really like the finish of this. I like the sheen that it gives, and I like the texture of it. It's not like too powdery, but it doesn't feel emollient on the skin at all. It's actually really nice. You know what this actually looks like? It looks like it makes your skin look a little sweaty, which is like so perfect for a terracotta line. You know, it's like a line that I always think like I'm at the beach and I'm using it and I'm like laying out in the sun and your skin starts to warm up a little bit and it kind of develops a sheen. I think they've done a good job with this highlighting stick, kind of giving your skin that same kind of like hot, sweaty kind of glow. Really nice. I put some down my nose and right here on my forehead too. So that is the highlighting stick. Big, big thumbs up. And again, I got it in the shade Nude. Let's go ahead and try this loose powder to go. I am very, very intrigued by this. I got it in the shade Clear Light. I cannot remember how many shades are available, but this is what the terracotta powder looks like. What pretty packaging. There's the Guerlain logo on top. Oh, I see. And then inside the box, there's some directions there. Basically, I think there's a seal that you need to remove before using this. So I'm going to unscrew this sponge top. And then there's like a little cover on the inside here. Okay, so I just removed this top from there. I think I'm supposed to remove and throw this away. So I'll do that. Gonna screw this back on. There's definitely a tint to this powder, so we'll see how this looks on my skin tone, but it looks a little bit peachy. I think you guys can probably see that in the bottle, but I'm just gonna do this. Oh, it's starting to come through. Oh, there it is. This also has the terracotta scent. This is a little bit stronger than the two stick products. All right, this little sponge top is incredibly effective. It's more effective, I find, than like the brush one. I have like the Chantecaille loose powder and has a brush on top. That one I feel like you have to keep kind of like shaking it so that the powder kind of continuously comes out of the brush a little bit. It's a little bit fussier, but this came out really easily, and I like this kind of like pouncing that you do. That is really nice, and it applied the powder really evenly. I do feel like there's a little bit of peachiness going on for sure. I do see like a peachy tint from that powder, so I feel like it's brightened my complexion a little bit, which is really nice. But I just want to say this is very, very fragranced compared to these two products. So if you're familiar with the terracotta fragrance and you really enjoy it, you're gonna like this. But if you do not like fragrance in your products, you don't like that kind of cocoa buttery beach kind of scent or whatever, you're not gonna enjoy this. And it's starting to dissipate a little bit, but it is very, very strong when you first put it on. But I love this dispenser. This is really cool. Let me tell you how much product is in here. 0.7 ounces, 20 grams of product in here. I really like the packaging of it. I feel like the sponge top made it really, really easy to use. And I think if you're not into the sponge top, you can just unscrew it and you have loose powder in there that you can use as you normally would. So I'm just doing a close look at the foundation again. It looks great. It looks really great under that powder. That foundation stick and powder is a really nice combo. Again, I'll keep you updated with how it wears during the day in the comments section below. But so far, I'm really liking this. My skin looks good. Let's try the Contour and Glow face palette. I think I was most excited for this. So here is the packaging. Oh, it's got one of those stickers on top that I just love removing. so satisfying. So this is like a tin compact. I really like the design on here. I'm not sure if I'm into this like tin compact though. It's looks kind of cheap. I don't know. I mean, it has a nice weight to it or whatever, and it doesn't feel tinny, but I don't know. I guess I would expect something like in a hard plastic or something. More importantly, let's take a look at what's inside here. So we've got 2 bronzers and then a blush and a highlight. So the blush and the highlight feel very different in the pan from the 2 bronzers. These 2 bronzers feel a little bit harder pressed. And the blush and the highlight feel a little bit softer. And they all seem like regular kind of just like pressed powder products. And then there are some instructions on the inside. So it looks like this one, I don't know if you guys can see that, should be used like around the perimeter of my face. This lighter one should be used just a little bit further in. So we are really kind of like contouring, bronzing the face. And then we have the blush and highlight application tips there. And this compact has a fairly strong terracotta scent to it. All right, I'm going to take my Sonia G Face Pro brush and I'm going to go into this darkest shade here. And I'm just going to follow their little diagram here. Why not? And they basically have you applying this to the perimeter of your face, kind of in a number 3 shape. And down here. I like that these bronzers are a little bit harder pressed because you don't really run the risk of picking up too much at once. And you know, once you over bronze, it's really hard to turn back. All right, so there is the darkest bronzer applied just to the perimeter of my face and kind of under my cheekbones a little bit. So next I'm going to go into, the lighter bronzer over here. I'm going to use my Sonia G Inochige Pro brush, and I'm just going to kind of bring it in a little bit. So I'm just looking on the back of the compact here. I'm trying to figure out if these 2 products are already existing in their line. They have so many different bronzers that I'm sure even if it's not exact, it's probably pretty close, like something already exists. But it just says on the back that 1 and 2 are bronzing face powder. That's just what they're calling it. But if I do find out that these are already existing in their line, I'll also put that down below in either my description box or in the pinned comment. So I use this one pretty much all over my forehead and all over my cheek, and I really like the color that it has. It's really fairly neutral with kind of a peach undertone. This one is a little bit warmer. It has like a yellow, more kind of yellow undertone, but this one is great if you just want to warm up your skin tone, if you have a similar skin tone to me. All right, next let's go ahead and try this blush. I'm going to use my Sonia G Cheek Pro brush and just going to graze it over. Oh, picks up quite a bit. Let's see how pigmented it is. It is a very, very glowy blush. Can you guys see that? It's basically like a pinky coral highlight. I love this blush. It works perfectly. No surprise, but it works perfectly with this bronzer. Finally, let's go ahead and apply the powder highlight here. And I've got my Sonia G Sculpt 2 brush. Pretty much just brought back to life the stick highlighter that I've covered up with powder and blush and bronzer. All right, so that's everything applied to my face. I am really liking it so far. I think the only criticism I have at this point is the fragrance. And I love the terracotta fragrance, but in this loose powder product and in this compact, it is fairly strong. Like I can still smell it very, very prominently. All right, so there is my first impressions of the Guerlain Terracotta Summer 2019 line. All right, well, let me know if you have any questions down below in the comments section. Again, I will leave a pinned comment about how all of these products wear throughout today. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.